Welcome to Breaking the Chain. I'm Jacob, and today we got a special guest. Cody is out at the Pro Tour, and this is Luke. Would you like to introduce yourself?
What's up, everybody? My name is Luke Harris, also known as Anarchy Please on YouTube. I love some mech and I love Flesh and Blood. What's up?
So, what got you into Flesh and Blood?
Oh shit. Okay. So I've been playing Magic for like a really long time whenever I first started like playing. And to be completely honest, I was like just watching videos and it was right whenever the very first like Ultimate Universes Beyond thing came out, like the Walking Dead thing came out, and I was like, I don't really know if I like that much. And then like I saw Rudy opening boxes of I think it was Crucible of War, and I was like, it looks kind of cool. So I went over to my LGS and I bought a box of Arcane Rising because that was the only thing on the shelf at the time, and I bought a box of Arcane Rising and opened the CNC, and then like was kind of just hooked. It was like first one's free basically. I think I bought like I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 boxes of Arcane Rising after that.
So, like, just super hooked, diving deep immediately. That's cool.
Yeah, basically. I mean that's kind of how I am. I'm like either all in or not in at all. So
I I wouldn't say I'm the same, but like I definitely got that with Flesh and Blood when I jumped in. I'm like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I'll play a little bit because I was playing with my cousin, and boom, just super dove deep, and I've been in here.
Oh
What
yeah.
what got you into content creation?
Content creation. Okay, so honestly, one day it was like this year. I mean, like I said, I've been playing this game since like Arcane Rising was the only thing on the shelf. And I had like always thought about like, making videos or something, just about everything in my life. Just like I used to make videos for like Call of Duty whenever I was a kid, but those are scrubbed. You'll never see those in your life. Um so I just like woke up one day and it was snowing really hard and I was like, I can't do anything today. So I just like had this like weird thing that was just like I just need to write a script. Like I just want to write like because I didn't feel like there was enough written content for Flesh and Blood. Like that was honestly some of my favorite like content in Magic was always like who's the beatdown, and just like I always loved reading about the game more so than like watching about it. So I like wrote a little like deck tech on Dio, and I was like, okay, this is cool, but I think that people want videos. Like I think there's a reason why videos have kind of taken the main, zeitgeist of people nowadays. So I was like, all right, I'll just make a video about it too. And honestly, it like popped off. I did not expect anybody to watch like my deck tech. I'm like, I'm not good at this game, guys. Just like calm down, calm down. So yeah, that's basically what got me into it. I just like it was snowing one day.
Oh,
I
that's
needed to
cool.
do something.
Yeah, it was like I didn't realize you were like doing content until we were at that like one event, but then I like caught up on a few of your videos. I haven't been able to watch the like last two videos that you put
Oh,
out.
bro, you're good. If you're not a mechanologist person, like specifically Dio, like don't worry about that.
Yeah, I like listening to other decks though. So it's like super cool when I do
Mm,
like sit down and like listen to people talk about these decks because like
yeah.
Flesh and Blood has all these super cool interactions. So it's like I still really enjoy listening to your content. And so it's like yeah, but it's like really cool to like sit down and be like, "Oh, this is like interesting from this perspective." And like you do your own
Mhm.
kind of interviews here and there. Like I wanted to watch more on your like battle box video that I saw you posted
Oh yeah, yeah,
recently.
with Alex.
Yeah, and I was like, I only got like 5 minutes in, but then life got extra crazy for the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. No, that's totally fair. I honestly like really enjoy having the other people on like the
Mm.
channel. I think that it's so like Rosie is like one of the smartest, like just like listening to her talk, I was like, "Oh my God, you're like you play a game with somebody in Flesh and Blood, and like sometimes you play against somebody you're like, "Wow, we're playing a different game here. Like you're just a level ahead of me, like maybe even 3 levels ahead of me." And that's like really how I felt like talking to her. And then I've just had so many like awesome guests on there. Like Taro is just like also a great person. The Brazilians have been out. Like
Mm.
I love the Brazilians. I talk to Rafael now, just like on occasion, just like we chit chat.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
it's been like super nice, just like getting to know more people in the community, getting more getting to know like smarter people than me, and like that's kind of really what my main goal is. Like I want to be good at the game. Like that would be great. And I feel like talking to these people would really help me out doing that.
That's cool. Yeah, I find it's not hard to find a lot of people smarter than you. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's how
especially in this game.
right, and it's like that's how I feel sometimes sitting down with like Cody when he's like one doing all the background work, and I'm like, I'm so glad he's here and helping and recording all this normally. But it's like also like he is a very competitive player, and like
Yeah.
seeing how he performs and like does all this, like I remember going to like Salt Lake like 2 years ago or something and watching him in top
Okay.
eight, and it's like it's just like super cool to like watch these people and get along and be able to like hang out with all these people that are just so like smart and know so much and willing and have the drive to like take all this on.
Yeah, I mean, especially here in Colorado, like we have so many just really, really like outstanding players. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
have somebody like top. We have finals of the worlds. We have top eight of worlds the year before. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
multiple calling top eights, multiple pro tour top eight. Like it's just you go to an armory here and you're like, well, shit. Like, how am I supposed to win any of these games over here?
It's a gauntlet.
Yeah, you're running into a gauntlet of like Cody, Chris Brummett, and Mercy, and you're like, oh my god, I'm in the O2 bracket. Why am I playing the finalists of Worlds? It's
It's
just
very
like
funny.
it's fun too. Like that's the thing is that these people are just chill and they'll like sit here, they'll talk to you. Uh, just you would never know that they're like one of the best in the world at like
Mm.
something. I don't know.
It's always funny when like the like at least I play more with Cody. It's like when he brings like a pet deck too, and it's
Yeah,
like you just wouldn't expect it sometimes.
like the Riptide.
Yeah, the Riptide coming out every once in a while. Oh, going on the content stuff, I did want to ask you like, what are some things that you have to do from the, what do you have to do from the content side? Like we
Mm,
just over here do our little podcast. I know I'm planning on doing a video, but I haven't been able to like step into it yet. But
yeah.
like you do a lot more of like that background video, finding interviews and like your
Mm.
original deck tech. Like what is that all like?
Yeah, so honestly, like I've put a lot of work into like that sort of idea. I don't know. I've just been watching like a lot of YouTubers like my entire life, honestly, and I kind of wanted to emulate some of the stuff that they've been doing and some of like the editing techniques and everything. And whenever I was in college, I played or I didn't play. I worked for the football team at LSU, and like we had this one guy. He was just an intern, basically. Like they weren't paying him much, and he was like making these hype videos for. If anybody knows college football, it was the 2019 LSU team. He was the one who made all the hype videos for that. And
Sick.
oh my god, they're mind blowing. Like even if you don't like football, just like watch 2019 LSU football, like the hype videos for every week. They were so good. And just like the transitions and going in between and like, they would have like a player running and then it would just like cut and I was so fascinated by like all of like the technical ability behind how much goes into that and just like how much footage you need, the technical ability of like using the editing software and like knowing the beats of everything and kind of like the psychological ability of like when is a good time to have a break in the action and when is a good time to speed it up and like get some real good music in there. So I've really been trying to like kind of emulate that. And kind of I have a project in the works right now that I'm going to be following around. I don't want to like say too much, but I'm gonna be following around like a pro team for Nats, and I'm just like super excited for it. I'm really I got the go ahead from LSS that I can go wherever I want, film whatever I want, and just kind of do pretty much anything I want. They're like, yeah, like go make some good content, go make a good video out of it. I was like, thanks LSS, that's awesome. I have made one video, and I honestly think it was like not that great, but I'm learning, I'm trying, I'm just like going out there and like learning, especially the editing software, like you were saying earlier with Cody. Cody has helped me a lot with like doing all of that kind of stuff. He's extremely smart and really fun to just like hop on a call and be like, okay, this is what you need to be doing. This is how you get your sound to sound right. And I'm like, holy shit, thank you. He's like ChatGPT, and I'm like, oh wait, that's so smart. Why have I not ever asked ChatGPT anything before?
Oh man, That's super cool. I'm actually super excited to see your like video being able to like follow the Pro Tour because I saw your Colorado video
Yeah.
and that was sick. But like I remember going to these events and like watching you record stuff. Like it would be like in between rounds and you're like running around pulling things
Yeah.
out, or like before the event starts, people would be pulling out cards. And you're like, hold up. Do you mind if I just like record you pulling that? Like it's crazy. And like it was crazy watching you do all that work just to like see the product, and it was like really cool because it was really good. But I was like, wow, that's a lot of footage. This is gonna be like a 10-minute video, and then I see it's like 2 minutes, like 2 minutes 30 seconds, something crazy
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that, like 2.5 minutes, dude. It's like
Yeah.
for for every 60 seconds you need like an hour of footage. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
the amount of B-roll that you need in like these like videos is just I didn't realize how much I needed before. And I've like gone around, like my brother and I have we like went I live over like on a really like, popular strip over in Denver, and like we went to some bars and we like made some videos about the bars, and we got like probably like 6 or 7 hours of footage, and we were able to make like a minute and a half video out of that. And it's just like, oh my god, like the amount of B-roll you need, I just never realized that it's never enough. Like that just seems like a core tenet of creating a video is you just never have enough footage. Like you could always use more.
Right. It was just like it's weird going from like podcasting. It's like, oh yeah, just like record, talk, just
Yeah,
say it all because you don't really cut unless like something crazy happens. But
yeah,
it's like I think that video especially because I watched all like I was watching you in between rounds like go through and record all this, and it just like cut down to this, and like that really like shocked me. And so when I know Cody's like, hey, I won't be able to make it. This was like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
He's like, oh, we might have to cancel this podcast episode. And I'm like, on my mind, I wanted to get my schedule first because got a new job and all that, so schedule's
Oh,
all over the
congrats.
place. Thank you. But going, I know I was like, oh, let me get the schedule and then I'll ask you because I was like, I watched you do all that content. I was just like impressed by a lot of your content recently, so I was just like, I just wanted to bring you on here and talk to you personally.
Yeah, yeah, no, I don't. We haven't really like spoken very much. I was kind of out of the scene for about a year, and then came back in kind of recently, and like just kind of jumped like I said, just jumped right back into it. So yeah, we haven't really been able to speak very much like before, that much in person at least.
Yeah, I was surprised when I was listening to you say like, "Oh, like I've been here since Arcane Rising." I'm like, I know I've been around since like Monarch myself, and
Yeah,
I was
well, I
like, I
used to
haven't
live in
seen.
Louisiana.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. I moved here in 23, so 2 years ago now. And then the first year I lived here, I didn't play anything at all. I just was like figuring out what the heck, what this place was, honestly.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because I
Yeah,
like saw you this last year show up at a few events. I've talked to you a little bit, but it was something like I
yeah.
said. I saw you doing a lot of recordings, watched all your videos, and I was like, okay, like you seem like a great guest to have on. You have a lot of insight, and you know how to talk to people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's what I say in my job. Of like, look, I can't code, but like, you want to go talk to somebody, I got you.
Uh,
That's me right now. No, I have been really like having a really good time with like the recording of everything. I think it's like super I like there's only really a couple channels that are doing something like that. And I think that that's something that like Flesh and Blood needs, like this little niche of like what is it like to actually like play an RTN? Like a lot of people come up on like the purple Discord and they're like, "Oh, I'm nervous. I'm going to my first RTN," and it's just like I just wanted to make a video of it, just kind of like whenever we go to an RTN, we kind of fuck around. Like it's not really. I don't know if I can curse. We just kind of like mess around, like at RTNs and stuff, and it's not like cutthroat. Like it's not really that big of a deal. It's just more so like everyone's just like people are trying to win. Like you get to top 8, it's like no, I'm not letting you take your tuner counter back. But like
mm,
let's just like let's play to win. Let's like play the best game that we can play. I don't know. Like I think that people are a little scared of like something that's really not that scary, and I just kind of wanted to show it off that it like it wasn't scary.
yeah. It reminds me of going to like my first RTN and being like, this is gonna be crazy. Like I've never been in
Yeah.
a like competitive card game, like or like even really gone to a card game event before. Like I've gone to armories, but like this is like stepping it up a notch. But like now I go and like I sit down in front of everyone going through my deck, and they're like, "Oh, you're playing Jarl today," like which is not different than normal.
Oh
but
wow, no, Jacob's our guardian. What?
but they're like, "Oh, what spicy tech do you have this time?" And I'm like, "Oh, let me show you." And I like pull out all my cards and like lay it on the table and explain all the interactions. So it's
Yeah.
still like casual. Like I might keep like one little sneaky card to myself. Like, oh, okay, like I'll take this away in case I play
The
them.
pummel's hidden behind this card.
Yeah, like, but it's like I'll still go through like most of the interactions. Like, oh, this is how I want to play, and it's like still super casual, and it's like
Yeah.
is a completely different feeling of what I initially thought it would be jumping into that. So it's like cool to see you like do that kind of thing and show like a more casual side to it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like there's this like thing about like pro players for this game where it's like, oh, we have this secret deck where it's like we have this thing and no one's gonna know about it. It's like, yeah, we know Aurora's good. Congrats, like, like congrats, you figured out Aurora's good. Cool. Like my thing was like with making the Dio content, it's like, look, you can know everything I'm doing. You can know how to beat me. Do it. Come beat
Mm-hmm.
me. I dare you. I want you to know exactly what I'm doing because I'm still gonna win. Like I don't know. It's just kind of like a trump card kind of thing. It's just like you can know everything about my deck and I'm still gonna beat you and like it just kind of feels even better that way.
Mm-hmm. And it's that's why I like love this game so much in that way is like it doesn't matter like I mean the hidden knowledge is important in a way, but like
Mm,
being able especially at like RTN level, like being able to just go in and play and like talk about each other's decks even a little bit before the game. You like
yeah,
can still come out on top because you can't like you are so much more versed in this kind of matchup or this that or
yeah.
nothing. It is such a like heavy game of skill.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like, honestly, we might be getting to a point where that aspect of the game is gone. Like, we'll see. Maybe we'll have entirely open deck list tournaments with like the new deck list like thing that they have on Gem. Like, maybe you could just like before the match you get paired and it shows their deck list or something.
Oh, that would be wild. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
like
all RTNs are completely open deck list or something like that.
it's like interesting to think about though. It's like the gem deck listing like opens up so much of flesh and
Oh, it's
blood.
so nice.
It's so cool.
Also, I have a theory about it. So like, okay, like there's such an issue with like, oh, you could put like six Justin Nicks in your deck. But
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't really make sense because that's something that's super easy to just like not have. Like you can literally just code that in like 5 seconds. Like whoever made this thing knows how to cap you at three. So I think that at some point we're gonna get something that says you may have this amount, like you may have 9 copies of this card in your deck, or you may have like as many copies of as you want of this card in your deck. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a spoiler on accident, but maybe I'm just like crazy. I don't know.
So there is a situation. So this could be like what it is. Like that is cool. That's something to put in the books. But I know it's a guardian card. And
Okay.
Brevant, his hero text is you may have as many cards named Chivalry in your deck.
True.
So you could technically go to a pit fight event with Brevant or a Blitz event with Brevant, and your deck is only Chivalry. a
Okay.
block card that blocks 3. So like
So we do already have that.
we do, but it's like
Yeah.
to have it in a CC and it could the technology still could be like limiting in some ways. They can't do that. But that could be something to look out for, and it's like something I've like thought about before,
Hmm.
like a minimal effect, like not like CYB, but like a CYB thing where it's like a red Sigil of Solace, where it's like gain 2 life. You can have as many of these as you want in your deck. And then you
Yeah,
have some like
that sounds really good.
yeah, but it's just like I like definitely thought about it, so that'd be like cool to see.
Hmm.
But it's definitely something where I've like noticed before with like Brevant and Chivalry. You name a
Yeah,
Guardian
that
interaction, and
might
I
be
can tell
why.
you any of them. But
Yeah, I forgot about that card, that hero entirely. Honestly,
that's totally fair.
all I know about that is Civic Steps is in that deck.
That's still one like it's still probably the best Guardian boots.
Really, better than flexors?
Well, I like
Okay,
excluding flexors. That's
Guardian,
generic, but like
Guardian. Okay,
Guardian specific, they're
yeah.
probably still the best, which is unfortunate. But moving on. Ugh. Is there any before we like move on, because I think the next topic is going to be jumping a lot into the Pro Tour, and we're
Yeah,
recording this right after the keynote speech. Not right
yeah.
after, but like a couple hours after the keynote speech. So is there any other like things you want to say about like content or like kind of the things you do in the background?
Um, yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of fun, like talking to people, getting in with getting in with other like parts of the community. Like another thing was I wanted to get somebody from all over the world, so I got somebody in Germany, I got somebody in America, I got somebody in Brazil. I really want to get Sam Sutherland on the pod. He's down in Australia or New Zealand. Sorry, I can't remember which one it is. I'm pretty sure it's Australia though. And like somebody from Japan, like because I think it's so interesting seeing how like how other people's like brains work just in general
Mm-hmm.
culturally. Like it's so interesting. Like whenever I went to Japan and Osaka, it's like wow. Imagine if just like everybody picked up their trash in America. Like that would be so cool.
It would be
And
so
like
nice.
there's a whole island of people who do that. And it's just like wow, all of them walk on the right side of the sidewalk or the left side of the sidewalk. Like everybody does. If you're going this way or if you're going this way, it's just like insane to see everybody follow the rules. And it's also just insane to like see how that kind of plays out in card games of like
Mm-hmm.
what kind of decks they pick, what cards they put in their deck. Like I mean, you look at Brazil and they had like not 20%. It was like they had 20 Dios like in Brazil out of like 100 people. Like that's 1 in 5. That's insane. And you go to America, it's not like that. I doubt the Pro Tour in London's going to be like that. Pro Tour is a little bit different. It's a little bit more international, but like US Nats is probably not going to have 20 Dios in it. Like
Yeah.
just seeing what kind of like decks people pick and like why people go that way is just like really interesting to me from like a cultural perspective, really.
That is a super interesting point that I'll have to like look further into. But like I can imagine like one like I've seen this a tiny bit with like Reinar and Eugene C.
Hmm.
Like I don't know if you've like seen his deck building and just the way he plays it. Like whenever I see him on stream, I'm like, I've got to watch this game.
Yeah.
Like what spicy thing is he cooking up? Like yellow pummels, no red pummels. What? Like the the 1 for 6 that gets -2 if it's blocked. Like what a weird card
Yeah.
that I don't think anyone's ever thought of using before, especially around this area. It's like it's just super wild to see some of these kind of things, but
Yeah. The innovation that comes. And you see
right.
like those people really like bring out everybody else in it because like that was
Mm-hmm.
another thing of like why I wanted to like throw out my deck and be like look you can know it because I want other people to look at it and be like yeah sure but I could do this and it would be better and I'm like oh yeah you're actually right like maybe we do just not play Hanabi Blaster anymore like maybe it's just not good enough and like that frees up some more tech slots somewhere
Mm-hmm.
else and it's like being able to like level up and see all of that and then you get people like Eugene who really like bring a lot of people towards Rhinar. And then maybe one day they just like make a cracked Rhinar list that's just like something comes out in the next Savage Land set or something. And it's just like, okay, now that you've had 500 reps on Rhinar already, I mean, he's probably had way more than 500, but
Yeah.
like you've had this many reps on Rhinar, like you're just going to be really like, this is your season. Like, go for it. Go, King. You
Right.
got it.
Oh, yeah. It is super interesting, and I'm excited to see a little bit more about that. But let's jump over to the Pro Tour. Before we get
Okay.
too deep into the keynote speech, I just want to ask you, like, what are your predictions? What do you think, like, top 8 in, like, what hero's gonna win it?
Okay, top eight. So you want a whole top eight? I'm gonna go with like two Aurora, two Enigma. There's gonna be a Zen. There's gonna be so that's two, two, five, so three more. I gotta throw Dio in there. Rosie is top eighting. I already know it. She's got this easy. Um, I don't know. I actually think Dio kind of has. If you just run into all Enigmas or into all Auroras, like you kind of got a good shot at her. But anyway, I digress. Probably a Vincent. And then maybe, oh, I haven't said Florian. I don't know. Like, there's so many good heroes for this meta, and I just like, Like I think Verdance is a sleeper, Vincent's a sleeper, Florian is not really a sleeper anymore, but still really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got Aurora and Enigma, like who are de facto the two best decks, but like Florian might have something to say about that, and Verdance might have something to say about that as well. It's just like it's really up to like who are the best players bringing. I think that the best player in the room is probably going to be on Aurora. So I'm going to say Aurora's going to win. Maybe I just don't want Enigma to get any more LL points, honestly.
You don't want Enigma to go?
No, I love Enigma. She's my favorite.
That's
Well, Dia's
crazy.
my favorite, but
Well,
like Enigma, aesthetically, like I don't know. I saw Enigma, I was like, yeah, I'm about to transcend.
the so as a Guardian player, Enigma's the only one that I like pseudo invested in. So like I kind of get that, but as a Guardian player, I would be fairly happy if like, oh, Enigma won the Pro Tour. She won the calling. Oh my goodness. I don't know if the calling CC. If she
The
wins
calling is
all,
probably CC.
yeah, but it's like, oh, she won all the events. I'd be like, oh no, what are we gonna
Oh no,
do?
no more
Like,
Enigma. Honestly, you know who I think is like really slept on? I think Fi and Syndra are both really slept on. Like I don't think Syndra.
okay,
I think the death of Syndra has been greatly over exaggerated, and honestly, I think Fi is like the Dando list is kind of cool. Like he kind of be doing stuff, and Fang too. The Draconic heroes kind of slept on.
I I could understand Fi and Fang being a little slept on. I do think the death of Syndra's a little over exaggerated, but I also I don't think she's top 8 worthy.
Yeah, I like the list with like more blues in it. Like
That's fair.
I don't think that the list like the straight aggro red line
Oh
only
yeah.
list is like really the thing anymore. Like I think it
Hmm.
just folds. It's like actually not that good. But I mean like Mask of the Pouncing Lynx is one of the most powerful equipment in the game. And it really like Syndra can play it. Like people haven't played it before, but they don't realize
Right.
that Syndra can play that card, and I think that it might be pretty good in that deck too.
It's like Traverse that doesn't block 2 in Syndra. Like,
Oh no, not Traverse.
uh,
Oh, no.
okay, but yeah, it's super interesting. I know that last week we got in like I can't remember exactly what my predictions was, but I think I predicted Florian to get it. Yeah. Jumping over.
Florian.
You want to jump over?
Yeah. Yeah, I think my final answer is Enigma.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Enigma, final answer. She's going to get the yellow points. I'm going to be sad.
I I want Enigma to win, honestly. But it's
Obviously,
like
yeah.
I swear every time we have like a Pro Tour event, it's always this like really weird sneaky deck that wins.
Yeah,
And I wanted something.
exactly.
That's why I'm like I wanted something that's like still good, but like not really expected to win. And
Like Fi
personally,
winning Worlds in Icelander format
oh yeah, like who would have ever thought of that?
against Icelander too.
Yeah,
Like what
right.
the heck?
Like Azuri winning against like in the
Missouri.
Zen meta, like just Zen the meta, and it's Azuri came out. Like what?
Yeah, yeah. No,
There were
sometimes
two
that stuff just
Azuris in
happens.
that event. Like
Or like PT1 whenever Kano just came out. I mean, Kano's still a deck, dude. Like if we're not if we're not careful, he's gonna blow us up.
yeah, right. But yeah, it's like so many things. I'm like, I want to choose something a little spicy because that's usually how it ends up going. But I'm like, I still want a deck that I like can see winning. Like it gets all the correct matchups and like perfect deck construction and all of that.
Mm,
So that's kind of where I sat on.
yeah, something. It'll probably be something spicier.
Right.
I hope.
But going in, there was the keynote speech, and there was a crazy amount dropped out on that keynote speech. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to cover all of it, but we can definitely
Mm,
like jump in at like points, especially that we both think are like oh I really like this. Like obviously I'm gonna go into the Guardian Mastery Pack stuff. Like jump over and like whatever like we think and like some of the dev talk and all that extra stuff on there. But let's go. Let's start with the armory decks. Just short and sweet, simple. Did you
the
see
armory deck,
did you see how
okay,
many armory decks got announced?
like 4, right?
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Or
Some of them
3.
are. It's. Yeah, I'm pulling.
because they had the Ira one, which
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great armory deck.
Yeah.
That's just a great idea. And then they had the Prism and the Viscerai LL ones.
Yes. Yeah. So that's a total
Yeah,
of three.
yeah,
Which
which is like I'm kind of sad that they're only exclusive to the conventions.
right.
Um, I wish that like I could just buy them, but also, like this is them kind of testing out like is LL going to be like a real format? Like how much are we going to really put into it? And then maybe they'll release a Starvo one for the general release or something.
I think the other thing is like I think they're really afraid of them shipping them out to stores and then just sitting there in the store
Yeah.
because like
Yeah, cuz
it is LL and not a lot of places play LL. I wish there was more LL tournaments and stuff like that because like it actually looks really cool. But
well, now that we have like, all of these like super beloved heroes like Viserai and
mm-hmm.
Prism, and I mean Starvo is beloved. Briar and like Zen's about to get out of here, Enigma's about to leave, Dromai. Like now that we have all these heroes like that people like grew up with, in their flesh and blood
Right.
life, um now they're like, okay, we can start like really supporting this. And I think this is kind of a test run for like what does a good LL armory deck look like, because it's gonna be strong. Like it's gotta be
Yeah.
strong. Like they've gotta have like three Mordred Tides in the Viscerai deck, and they've gotta have the Arclight Sentinels and the Heraldvir editions. Like it's not like these are like crazy expensive cards like
Mm-hmm.
monetarily wise, but like they've gotta be in there. Like if it's an LL deck, like I don't know. I feel like if you're buying that,
It's
you're
got to be
buying
able to
power.
somewhat compete with the like
The Starvos of the world.
Starvos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or the Zen with Art of War. Like
Mm-hmm. And it's like cool too because like I remember talking to Cody about this. It might have been last week or a couple weeks ago, but it was like
mm,
LO's starting to definitely feel like its own format, especially with like the Art of War
mm,
band and like even some of these heroes jumping from CC to LL are like
mm,
it feels like they're different now because like they're going into Art of War and being able to approach this more aggressive matchup, or they're unlocking some like talents that aren't normally that like it's cool because it's like different now. So it's kind of cool to
yeah.
see these armory decks get announced to like try and introduce like newer players to LL. And I also think
Yeah,
it
and you're
jumps.
able to play Rosetta Thorn like for Viserai. Like
Mm-hmm.
we see this like these things of them like giving out the Marvel Rosetta Thorn and Rosetta. Like that's kind of like, hey, this is really expensive right now, but just wait till LL's a real format. Like
Right.
then it'll be crazy expensive.
It's like I'm interested to see what the decks look like because
Yeah.
like kind of like what you're saying, like how strong are these decks? And it's like you can definitely just put in like the rainbow of the that I forget what it's called, Malefic
Malefic
Incantation.
Incantations,
Yeah, you
yeah.
can just put the rainbow of that and like boom, that's pretty cheap. And you can put in like Rosetta Thorn. You can put in Scaletta like as a chess piece.
Yeah.
Like there's so much like and then like vexing like if you don't like obviously they're not gonna give you the Arcanite gloves, but you give them vexing Quill Hand, which is still like pretty it can be pretty relevant. You have the like Mordred tried vexing. That's 3. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, whenever you create an aura, create one more. Is it the text?
Yeah.
So it's
Is
like
it action whenever an action creates an aura? I don't
oh,
know.
is
I
it?
think it's whenever you create an aura. I'm pretty sure Mordred Tides
No,
work it
because
like
it
that.
applies to his hero ability. So I think it is just whenever you
Yeah,
create an
yeah, yeah,
aura.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like you can give all these like, especially Runeblade, like you have all this equipment suite that you can just like give them, and it like
Mm.
so and it's like it's kind of interesting to think about to see one how the deck construction is, but to I'm interested to see how well it does like jumping in and like I think probably the hardest part of like new players getting into LL is just getting like the basic cards.
Yeah. Well, you kind of like made me think a little bit about like talking about like what the equipment's going to look like. So far, we haven't had an LL deck that has any equipment that is already there. So if they do not reprint, like only do reprints and equipment, is it also going to be CC legal if they like make a new legendary arms or something for Viserai, or like a legendary chess piece or something?
So I think in the keynote speech they did go over that there are only 2 mechanically unique cards
Okay,
in the both LL or in the LL decks
so like
combined.
one in each, or okay, yeah,
One in
one in
each.
each,
And
probably,
it
yeah.
is 2
Oh,
helmets
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that they said that. And not only is it only going to be in them, but they also said that they're going to be able to be pulled in gem packs. So you don't
Okay, cool.
have to buy the things to get into them. But it is like, it is interesting to see that Rune Blades are getting another helmet. before,
Oh,
before a lot of classes have like one good helmet. Like,
one good boot option.
yeah, one good boot option, one good helmet option. But we got plenty of gloves. We got plenty of gloves. Like, but like even
Yeah,
like a
no.
like warrior. Like, what does warrior have for helmet? Like the helm of sharp eye.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I
The,
guess Kabuto,
yeah. Oh,
but
Kabuto's
Kabuto's
new.
like
Yeah,
not
you're
great.
right.
But Kabuto's not great though.
Yeah, that's
Like it's
true.
good for Enigma.
Yeah, that's what it's like. And then you're giving Runeblade a Temper 2 helmet.
Oh, I mean,
Like,
you said you've been here since Monarch. You know Flesh and Runeblade.
it
Like,
is
come
fun.
on.
Yeah, it is funny, but it's. I don't know if it'll change too much. I just imagine that if Aurora's still around, she just got a new helmet.
Yeah, with her other 6 helmets that she wears, because, like, which one? They're all so good.
Right? But then, jumping over from these, like, you have the Ira deck, which, like, is the complete opposite. Where it
Mm.
feels. It's like. Sorry, let me get my thoughts. It's interesting because seeing Ira makes me wonder if they're okay with Aurora going pretty soon. Or, like, not pretty soon, but, like, within the next up till, like, national season.
Mm. What makes you say
Because
that?
I know it's their, like, entry level deck, but they had done a similar thing with Ira, where it's like, oh, you have the welcome decks. Okay, now you have the CC deck. Oh, or, like, the Armory deck, and now you can upgrade it. And it's, like, it's a similar linear plan that they had for Aurora and that they built out over the last year or 6 months for Aurora to get like new
Mm.
players into the game. Where it's like now they are doing it with like Ira, and I know that's something like I was kind of wondering and worried about was the idea of Ira jumping or like Aurora. Like,
Mm.
oh, we've only had like this pipeline for a few months now, and then Aurora's gonna LL here at the like next national season. But it's like if this pipeline gets closed off, but they've opened up the Ira pipeline.
Yeah, now there's a now there's a new broken deck because they
Yeah.
print something crazy in it. I mean, they kind of just gave her like another CNC, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to play Edge of Autumn, which I mean is not very great, but
Right. But it
so
is kind of cool to see that they're like thinking about this. Like, okay, so if Aurora goes too fast, like we have this other pipeline set up, so it's not just
yeah.
like, hey, you had this road that like the LL system just came and just destroyed and can't get in anymore, you know? So,
Yeah, no. I hope they don't like break Ira because, like,
I
honestly,
hope
it's
not.
great for Ira to be in CC like as
Mm-hmm.
long as possible. Like Ira and KO, I think those are like anybody ever wants to play. I'm like, here's a KO. Like I have a KO deck built with me all the time because I'm just like, look, if you want to come play, just come play this. Like it's easy, everything's 6. Like just play Blood Rush Bellows and attack. Like try to go 3 wide. And I'm like, that's all you got to do. And I think it's just like a really great way to get into the game. I'm glad KO kind of slowed down on his reign of terror.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they don't break Ira because I think she's another deck just like that where it's just like here's the fundamentals of the game, you know,
You just get
just
+1 on your second attack.
exactly, yeah. Just block with 2 cards and then go Kadachi 1 or Kadachi CNC for 7 or something like that. It's
Right.
just like so easy, so good for new players to learn with. Um, yeah, I really like this this aspect of like this pipeline of like, look, here's your welcome. You walk in, they give you a welcome deck for free. Look, the same deck is CC playable. It's behind me. It's $40 or whatever it is. It's just like you want to play the game, get into the game. Because that's like the main thing that I've always heard my whole time playing this game. It's like it's so hard to get into. You're
Mm-hmm.
either jumping all the way in and spending $1,100 on a deck, or you're getting crushed every single week. And it's like if you spend $1,100 on the deck, you're still gonna get crushed every single week. By the way, like
Yeah.
I would just like spend $50 and then like kind of learn the game first. And this is the perfect way to do that. Like spend $50 on Ira, learn how to play, see if you like it, and then you get that one game where it's 1-to-1 at the end, and like both of you are slogging it out at the end of the game, like block, 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 attack, block, attack, block, attack, and it's like, okay, now you're addicted. Like
Oh yeah.
that's like the pipeline. You just need that one game where you get that 1-to-1 at the end of the game.
No, I completely agree with that. It's like it is cool to see all this coming in and like giving the ability, and it is interesting. Like when you were talking about like, oh, you jump in, you can play $1,100 into a deck and still get smoked, and that's like it is hard for like a new player to understand it, but it is cool because like if someone walks in with the armory deck, like I know like at least at the locals I always go to, like you step in, you're like, oh, like I'm looking to play. My deck's not very good, and like people will be like, oh, here, let me go through my collection. Psh, oh,
Yeah.
this card's pretty good. You want this? Like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, it's like $1. Take it. Like upgrade your deck. Do what you want. Like, oh, do you need any comments or rares? Like, I've got a huge collection. Like, let me pull through them, give them to you. Like, so it's like, it is cool because I think this is like, even if it just lets them go to one armory and like witness the community, and it's like, because I think the community is so good in so many aspects
Yeah.
that if it even lets them sit down and understand and play with this community, like they can see like, oh, okay, like yeah, some of it's pretty expensive, but like I can sit down and they're willing to like do like walk me through this, help me out here, take these steps with me to help me get into this game, so it's not so
Yeah.
burdening. So
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
that's why I'm like that's why I really like this pipeline because it's like giving you the stepping stones to even like try, even if you're not gonna invest completely, just like let you like get there so others can help you like jump onto the boat.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I know from like a Magic perspective, like, I think it was something like 70% of their players have never even walked into a local game store before. Which I mean, we don't really want that to be like what it is for Flesh and Blood. I don't think that's not what they want it to be because they want it to be about the LGS. But like most of the people who are going to be buying most of the product are not going to be competitive players. They're not going to be at the top 8 of the Pro Tour. They're not even going to go. They're going to like see that it's happening and they're going to be like, "Oh, that's cool." And then they're gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play my Bolton deck because he's sick." And like,
Right.
that's who buys things. Like, that's who buys a box or like a couple packs every time they walk through. And they really need to figure out a way to get that kind of player in it, so that they just I don't know. There's so much money in that aspect, and I feel like that niche isn't getting hit right now. And with this, like that they're doing is like really helping them get into that kind of niche of like people who just play. They buy a couple boxes every set, and they'll just like, oh, this is a Ranger set. I love Azalea. I'll play that. Oh, Azalea LL'd? Cool. I play with my friends every Saturday, and we don't really care. Like,
Right.
I'm just gonna keep playing. Like, I'm gonna keep playing Azalea because I think she's cool. So I'm just kind of hoping that with this, they can kind of reach into that demographic some more.
Hmm. Yeah, and it is like awesome because I think it does help kind of that table play where it's like, oh, like a group of people just bought a bunch of the armory decks that they like, and then
Mm.
da 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 da. Yeah, so sure they'll do like the side upgrading, but like you said, like LO system doesn't matter to them. Like, oh, Aurora's gone, cool. Like I'm not going to any events. Like me and my friends will just keep playing Aurora. It's like a pseudo rotating game where it's like I know that like whenever I was like playing Pokemon with my cousin way back when we were younger, we were never checking like, oh, is this like rotated set out? Like no, we were just like, oh, I have this card from like 3 years ago I pulled out from underneath my couch. Like let me just toss this so it like gives that like option of like, oh, just this casual format, which is really cool.
Mhm. Yeah. And maybe that is really what they're trying to do with the Smash Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Going into that, I'm super excited for Smash Palace. I think this looks sick. I have always been a big UPF fan. I really want to do some UPF content because there's none out there. I just think it's so fun. Like, I don't know. I love playing this game. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
that's a casual way to play it. The heroes look cool. We get our first like non-human character, I guess. Is Acilio a human? No, probably not.
So
So
there is Rhinar and KO. Sorry, not
KO
Kano.
but they're like humanoid.
They're
Like,
humanoid. That's true.
yeah.
Okay. The humanoid kind of thing. Yeah. We get the centaur and the
A
well,
centaur
goblin's
is
kind of humanoid.
yeah.
I guess
Centaurs are also
again,
kind of humanoid.
I feel like centaurs are less humanoid than average. I mean, we
Yeah, I
already
don't know.
have
Yeah.
Victor, who's the horse, so like,
That's true. And Puffin. Oh my god, dude. Puffin with a
well,
bird. Like,
well,
sorry.
I was gonna say I don't think we can call Puffin the
Yeah.
bird anymore because we actually got the bird.
Yeah, dude. I'm so excited for the bird. Like, I don't know. This set's all me. Like, I'm so
Mm-hmm.
excited for this. I even think the Ranger looks cool. And I do not like playing Ranger. So,
Right.
they like really got me with it.
Yeah, that I looking at the harpoon cannon. That's when I'm like, this seems like the ranger I would like.
Yeah, honestly, facts. That
paying
makes a lot of sense. I think the other one looks better, but
paying 4 so I can add 4 to my arrow. And it's a 2 for 6 arrow.
2 for 6 arrow. Yeah, no, that it does look really good, and I really like so far every single set since like I don't know what was the heavy hitters
Mm-hmm.
has just gotten better at draft. And I'm so
Oh yeah.
excited for that. I'm so excited for this idea of like you picking your weapon and that's the lane you're going into. I think that's a great idea instead of like we had like Tales of Aria draft where it was like, okay, you pick a Earth card, you can either go Briar or Oldham. I really like that draft format, but now it's like all of it is pirate, and then you have your mechanologist, so you can pick a pirate card and be open, or potentially generic if they have generics in there and be open, or you could pick like the exact weapon that Crank Puffin is looking for, and maybe there's like big tall Puffin and like Crank Puffin go wide or something, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna pick this one, and I'm just like, I'm sending it. Like, there's no other good crank cards in this pack, so I'm definitely getting good ones. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
excited for that.
I'm I was super impressed when they're like, "Oh yeah," and there's like 2 weapons per hero, and I'm like, "That's genius. Why has no one ever thought of this?"
I know, right?
Like that completely changes everything. And like they
Yeah.
kind of tapped into it in heavy hitters, but it was
Hmm.
drafting the extra weapons. Like you had the
Yeah.
3 like tokens and then you drafted the extra weapons, which is like looking back a bit, like how interesting would it have been if it was like all of them were tokens instead.
Yeah, and then it didn't take up a slot in the pack,
Mm-hmm.
and you were able to just like pick Ball Breaker or Mandible Claw or whatever. Yeah, no, that would have been. I love that this idea. I don't know. Every single time they come out with something new, I'm like, holy shit, this was so simple. How did like I never even think about this?
Right. This is why I'm not designing the game, but it's like
Yeah.
it is super cool to see like every time they're like, oh, here's a small detail we changed, and it like revolutionizes the game in a way.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Like, oh man, I remember the first time that they spoiled Monarch, and they had light and shadow, and I was like, "There's so much more you could do with this game." Because like, whenever I first got into it, I was like, "How long can this game last?" Like, it's literally just like it's just numbers. Like, I don't know if this can like really, do it. And it's like, oh, now we got light and shadow. This is a whole new world. And then we went to Aria, and I was like, oh my, like it just kept getting better. It just keeps getting better.
Mm.
Man, I don't know. This game, they're really killing it. They're in their stride currently. Like, we'll look back and be like, we were in the golden age of Flesh and Blood from like, heavy hitters to X, basically. At least I think. I don't know.
I could definitely see that. It is definitely like, and stepping back a little bit, like the release of Rosetta, especially for me, was just like when I'm like, man, like I'm already like pretty, like I was already pretty involved. Where I was like going to the local armories, I was going to RTNs all the time, pretty much since
Mhm.
the start of Monarch, or not Monarch, since the start of like Tales of Aria for me. But it's
Mm.
something where it's like when Rosetta came out, I'm like I just like fell deeper in love with the game, and that's when I'm like, hey Cody, I know you offered like a year and a half ago, you want to do that podcast you were talking about, and like investing in like doing all these weird things, like going to the armories with this like crazy budget Bravo to see if I can make like a weird video on it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's cool because like if I feel like I can definitely like personally jump so much deeper into this game, and like
Yeah.
just with how much is going into these sets.
Yeah. No, I think it's not only you feeling it, it's not only me feeling it. I really think that the entire I think we're getting eyes on us from like other card games as well. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think that I think that this game is just in general like just getting big, and it's just gonna keep getting big, and I'm really just excited to see it keep growing. Like I don't know, it kind of feels like I started playing League of Legends when it, in like 2011 or something
Mm-hmm.
like that, and it kind of feels like that. It's like I never thought League would be what it became, like literally the biggest thing basically ever until like Fortnite, and like it just kind of feels like that right now, where it's like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, look at the new Seismic Surge tokens. Look at these, like, pool party skins
So
that they
cool.
just came out with for, like, Syndra. And,
Mm-hmm.
like, I think those are so cool. I mean, I don't personally, like, that's not really my vibe, but, like, I love that idea.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that they can change this game into a way where people can buy CNCs and shelters and everything, and then the Syndra in a bathing suit is like $500, and CNCs are like, not like $1, but like not like $100. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just like I want these cards to be cheap, and then get your like extended art CNC from the Hunted or whatever, or like Dynasty. Make that $1,500. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care. Like that's fine with me. If you want to bling out your as much as you want, go ahead. But like, let's just get it to where we can like anybody can just kind of like jump in and play for a reasonable price. I mean, like I don't know, I don't really mind the price point entirely, but like maybe a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, and
It is the most expensive card game.
it is definitely the most expensive card game. The interesting like point to that, it's like I completely agree. Cards should be a lot cheaper, but it's like the interesting point, and like the longer you've been in the game, the less you feel the price. Because
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, I already have the CNC. Like I can already just put those in my
yeah,
decks. Like oh, I have these cards. I'll just put them in my deck. Like I don't have to buy them every single set. There's not a rotation on regular cards.
yeah.
But it's like I can't imagine being like a new player coming in right now. It's like oh man, like I want to step in and be in this competitive deck. Like I'm not like I'm not a tabletop like play with my friends. Like I'm at the armories, I'm at RTNs. I want to step and go to callings.
And I want to play new.
I want to like yeah, you like sit down and you're like okay, like let me take this next step. Pulls up list.
$1,800 for this
Eight.
assassin deck. Yeah,
Yeah, like yeah, I'll pass. But it's like I know that I think this game is experiencing a lot more growth than LSS
yeah.
expected. Like Hunted is
Yeah.
crazy. So
Rosetta too. Like you can't
Rosetta
find Rosetta.
and
Like go buy a box of Rosetta right now. Where?
yeah, so it's like crazy because like I think this game is like blowing up because we just have had like banger after banger after banger of a set. Like it has been
Yeah.
nonstop like innovation, nonstop fun. Like we were talking about like I fell deeper in love, you fell deeper in like everyone's jumping in like even more into this game in one
Mhm.
aspect or another. And I think that's definitely just like pulling at it like where it's like everyone's trying to get more. So,
Yeah.
which makes everything crazy.
And honestly, it all comes from like the leadership, like at
Mm,
LSS. Like you watch the keynote. I don't know. I just believe I believe in the game because of the people who are running it. Like they really care about it, and that's what really that you see. Like every single time they do these keynote speeches, every time they do dev talks, every time like they care about this game so much more than even we do, and like
yeah.
it's just insane to see the passion that they have for it. And I can get behind it. I can put my money into it. Like I buy a lot from every single set. Like I promise you, I bought a lot of this game, and like I truly like don't feel bad about any of the investment that I've made into
Mm,
this game, because it really has been an investment. Like not only like, and I don't mean that in a monetary sense. Honestly, like if
mm,
everything goes to zero, whatever, I'm just happy that I have all of these cards. Like I really think that it's the coolest thing ever, like opening up my binders and just like looking through, and like the amount of like I can look at my CNCs and I can be like, man, I've played this exact CNC on somebody like hundreds of times. Like the
yeah.
amount of times that I have played this CNC is way worth the $90 I spent on it back in like 2022 or whatever I bought it. Like
Right.
it's just insane, like how worth it's all been. Like it's just been great, and I believe in the company. I believe in LSS, and that's why.
And like take a side note from that, like jumping a little bit past. I know we like side tangent off Smash Pal crazy,
Yeah.
but like to put like another tangent on this tangent train we've got going on. It's like when you were talking about like the people at LSS caring, like when they cut in the like keynote where they were talking about treasure packs and like a lot of these crazy or like the treasure packs and like, oh, what's going into it, and they show this video of like James White opening up his personal collection. Like, yeah, like we can't reprint cards, like we're not reprinting cards, that's not in our policy, like we don't want to do that. So I'm pulling from my own personal collection of cards
That's so cool.
to put in these packs so people can like hit these crazy treasure cards. Like, oh, cold foil Heart of Fayendo. Whoop, someone's gonna pull into that.
White, dude.
Yeah, and it's like all these crazy cards from like the first 3 sets. Like he's going in pulling out cards, and like there's some like one card that I thought was super cool, like the test marvels on some of these heroes that were like double-sided marvels. They're like, oh, just to see what it looks like. Those test marvels are putting a couple of those in there for people to pull. Like a lot of these like super cool, crazy cards that like coming out of the collection of the like big creator of this game on the developmental side, like coming out, and he's like putting these in. It's like another level of just like, wow, like I already knew that they cared, I already knew that they loved this game, but to like be able to like take from that kind of collection from when you started, when you like before the game truly came out, and like put that stuff in your like these packs for people to have because you want to share this cool experience with all these fans you gathered. Insane.
Incredible. Just like, what an idea. I know. Yeah. It kind of makes me want the game to die so I can buy all of these high seas boxes for pennies on the dollar, and then I can open them all myself. No, I'm joking.
Have all these spicy cards to myself. It is so crazy to like see all this, like to see that, like to see, like, and where it feels like every corporation is like greedier and greedier every day. It's like LSS is like, oh, we're pulling from this vault and this thing because like
all of day 2 in Auckland is alpha drafts. Like, jeez,
insane. Like
like they're really pulling like.
It's like they're pulling all the stops and like going the opposite direction, and it's like super cool to sit down, watch, experience, play this game, and like every time I'm like, wow, they really do care. It's like they're like, hey, so let's take it up another level. I'm like, how do you even do that?
Yeah, man, that's just like that is definitely something that I wanted to touch on because like I don't think I've opened a pack that like I bought. I don't know, maybe. It's been years. Like I don't buy boxes or anything, but like damn, did that make me want to buy some boxes of high seas. Not gonna lie, like I'm a singles person only. I don't know, I might have to like whenever I get my order of like the set, I'm gonna have to like be like, all right, throw in a couple of those gold packs. How much are those going for right now? Because like the chance at a cold foil tunic signed by Jimmy Blanco himself, my man. Like, this is insane.
It is crazy. But it's like, I'm a little bit of a gambler. I don't want to go too deep, but it's like, I'll buy like a case. If it's a set I really love, I'll buy 2 cases. Yeah, it's like, so I'm a little bit of a gambler when I come to it. It's like, I open a case, open all the packs, and I'll be like, that was fun. Like, here's my like fun collection. Like, with the last set, the Hunted, I got a case, I got 1 Marvel out of it, but it's like, oh, it's Trapdoor, which is like my favorite of the Arachnes.
Oh, nice, yeah.
So I was like, that was sick, and like pulling all that. It's like I hit some of these like cool cards that I like normally wouldn't invest in. Like I'm not an Arachne player, but like I personally thought the Trapdoor was super cool. So it was like super cool to be like gambling a little bit. Oh my goodness, that's insane, you know?
Well, now your case has the potential for some heat in it. So you got 4 shots. You got 4 shots and some absolute heat.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like
then, like the golden cogs, like everything, like the gold tokens. Like they said, those are going to be pretty easy, but it's like still just super cool. Like I love the things that another tangent. The things of this game that are like you get the things on the board. like the equipment and the hero and like the tokens, and like those are so cool to bling out because it just looks so cool, like just on your board. It's just so pretty. Those seismic surge tokens, dude. I don't even play
Oh,
Guardian.
dude, my wallet is gonna cry from Guardian Mastery Pack. Like, we're going to this set, like, high seas, where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to invest. I'll probably pull 2 cases of this one, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Gravy Bone seems pretty sick, and, like, just everything. Like, every time they talk about this set, it's like, oh, here's another thing about this set. Boom, here's another thing about this set. And it's, like, topping itself. I'm like, one, we're going into this, like, okay, like, my wallet, like, I'll probably get 2 cases, but, like, not buy anything unless it's absolutely necessary after that, like, Shelters from the Storms if I get them
2
cheap.
cases should give you some good trades.
Right. So it's like, I should be pretty good and set, but it's like, but then we're gonna go into Guardian Mastery Pack, and it's gonna, like, I'm excited. I'm so excited, personally. But to get, like, I'm gonna have to get one of all the Seismic Surges. I'm gonna have to get the Marvel, like, we'll see
The
how much
Aria one. The Aria one.
The Aria one.
Like, yeah, that was fine.
The Volcor one, sick.
The Volcor one was really cool too, yeah.
But it's like, I really want to, it's like, we'll see how much it is. But it's like, I
see you, like, leaning back like this, like, doing calculations in your head. You're like, okay, I make this much per month.
Yeah, like, how much
this is how much Marvels have been before.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping it's like the Marvel Dragons, where it's like, oh, and, like, I know we were talking a little bit before the pod, like, oh, a lot of the Guardian attacks that were Marvels were only against other Guardians. Like, hopefully they're really terrible and, like, actually not good at all, and you can't play them. I'm hoping they're dead unplayable, because I want a playset of all of them. Like,
yeah, no,
like,
that's the thing. You're gonna need a playset of them too. They're so pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just, the art in this game. They're just killing it, man. I just can't get enough of, like, everything. Like, they're just stepping it all up. Like, Ethan Van Sant on Savage Feats doing all the streams. Like, the keynote for this, just like, not the speech, not anything about it, the actual stream of it, like, technically speaking, as somebody who's, like, been getting into that, has come so far. Like, oh my god, dude. I remember the first, it wasn't even a world premiere at this point. It was just like, it was whenever Tales of Aria came out, and it was a world premiere, but they weren't really calling it that. They didn't really know what it was.
Yeah.
And, like, it was just kind of janky. Like, this game started off pretty janky, not gonna lie. And it, like I said, it reminds me of League. Like, you look at the first Vagar skin that was out in, like, Poppy in the old day, it's like, that's a totally different thing than what we have now. And, like, I see the same progression, like, just, maybe it used to look a little janky and, like, maybe a little bit, like, kind of anime-ish, Western anime-ish, or just, like, I don't know. And now they're, like, with the new anime arts, like the Enigma and the new and the Viscerae, those look so good. Like,
yeah,
they're just stepping it up in every single aspect. It's fun to watch.
And you've even seen, like, the Marvels evolve over time, like, where they're losing their borders, they're expending it to, like, show more of the art, like, from the armor, like, squeezing that text box down. It's like more and more of them are showing so much of this art, which is super beautiful. And it's, like, cool to see them, like, go through and develop this with the perspective of, like, let's show more. Let's make this look better. And every set, and I'm like, man, they've topped it. Like, I don't know how you make this card look prettier. They've extended the art. They've done the short text box. And then they showed the Marvels coming up, and it's like, at least in the Guardian Mastery Pack, I looked at those for quite a while. Like, removed the borders, like, just show the art with the text boxes. I'm like, oh, that looks so good. Like, it is crazy.
Yeah, definitely, like, my Grail card in this game is I really want a playset of the Twinning Blades, the Alt-Art Twinning Blades from Crew First Edition. That's my Grail. But I just love that card so much. So and like, you could see, like, that's the first time they did anything like this. Like, they came out with the cold foils, and then they came out with that, and it was like, what? You could do that? And then they kind of, like, stepped on the back burner for a while, and now they're back, and it's just like, wow, we had it right the first time.
Well, and it's like, you can definitely tell, like, the team's expanding in Office, where it's like, you can like it definitely felt for a while, especially when we were in that like what people call the powering down of Flesh and Blood, that lull, where it felt like yeah we had these crazy broken sets for a minute, like Everfest, Tales of Aria, like Monarch, like all these super dominant sets. Not to say that it's necessarily a bad thing, but it was something where it's like they developed all these sets, and then they realized how much it takes to like keep everything semi balanced to a level, and it feels like they
Yeah.
like stepped it back a little bit and they're like okay let's focus on design, but then they grew a little bit with like Uprising and they're like okay we can like start doing more marvels making this look cool, and like every set it's like okay like we have a bigger team so we can develop this set with not only the gameplay in mind, we can also do the art, we can also focus on this the release like this
Hmm.
this this it's like
The Smash Palace thing, like now
oh
we have a UPF thing going, and it's like, okay, you can really see how many more people there are working on this, and how much more time is being put into every one of these ideas, and it's just like, it's great to see. I love seeing
super
it.
cool. I'm excited to see like the Smash Palace like event
Hmm.
deck, because like I did play a bit of Pit Fight before. I thought it was pretty fun, but there's definitely moments where it's like I've played it with like semi-tuned decks where it's like oh okay I played a it was that one Guardian that can take the damage for someone else.
Revenant?
No, it's a different Guardian that does that. It's the
Oh,
one
there's a
from
Guardian that can do that.
there's a one from Volcor
Oh,
that's
Yoji.
Yoji, yes. That's how I played a pit fight once with Yoji, where it was like, oh, prevent the damage and or prevent one damage and take that damage instead. And like, it was a lot of fun. But like the last like couple turns, like everyone's down to like their weak cards, and it's like, okay, it's kind of the same thing here and there. Okay, and we finally finished out. But like this looks like it like with the event deck where you reveal, it's like, oh, if you have less life, draw two cards.
Take
Like
an extra turn, bro.
take an extra turn, like for each gold you or like for each gold you create a gold, for each gold you control get plus X. Like
Yeah.
you're playing like Victor Goldmane, like you're playing one of the
You're playing his
pirates.
dad. You're playing Victor Moldmane's dad.
Yeah, like and it's so cool because like Pit Fight always felt like in theory it should have been something chaotic, but it was
Yeah.
like oh okay like the person to my left, the person to my right, like okay da 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 da. They didn't attack me this turn. They did. I'll attack them. Oh, they didn't
Hmm.
attack. Like it kind of felt like that, but like have this like reveal the top of the deck and like imagine you're a ninja. You're at one life. Everyone else is at five, and then like two people to your left and right are at five, and all of a sudden you reveal draw two cards. You're like
Get them both.
I
See
can
you
get them
later.
both. Like
Yeah.
like or like imagine you're a wizard. It's like oh if you deal lethal damage, like take an extra turn. You're like okay, this
Oh.
random person across the table that I wasn't gonna target, boom!
Oh, I have Storm Striders, by the way. I'm gonna take 3 turns in a row.
Yeah, right. It's like it's so cool because like the event deck just like pulling off. It's like all of a sudden what it felt like Pit Fight should have been like this chaotic thing because like you are in a fight with all these people. It's not like haha I'm stabbing you. Hold on. Let's go back to this guy.
Yeah, hold on. Don't
Ah,
stab me.
stab. Yeah.
I'll go stab them.
Yeah, I'll just have the. But it feels more like with this, it's gonna be like, oh, the crowd's cheering my name, like I'm like invigorated to do some more and pull stuff out of nowhere. Like, it is cool because like this game's always felt like a game of flavor, like in a way. Like
Mm.
that's why I jumped in. Like the Rangers putting in the arsenal and shooting. Like I'm loading a bow. Like arcane damage not being interactable unless you have like magical equipment to like absorb it using your energy. Like there's so much of like okay, this is so flavorful. That pit fight felt like I liked it, but it like that's what I felt like it was lacking because like
He's missing a mark, yeah.
it's like missing a little bit of that flavor. But like the event deck,
Mm.
I think is gonna be super cool because it adds that flavor of like there's chaos. You're in that pit fight, in that arena. The crowd's cheering you on. Oh, you just got a donation from whoever, so you got like equipment or like maybe one way or another. Like I don't know, but like the idea of like all of a sudden this chaos is in the format and all these interactions are so different because of how cards flip and how interactions happen. It's like it's super exciting to see the like it feels like I'm ready. I want to play it because it's like I want to see how much
I
of the
really want to play it.
flavor has been very much injected back into like
And it's
Fire.
coming out with the Mastery Pack, right?
Yes, I think the
Okay, that's
boss.
probably why the Mastery Pack was like sent back for a few months.
I think so too, which is sad, but it's like cool in the same vein, and it's like interesting because they're like, oh, like Guardian Master Pack is only Valda, but if you have this, you get 6 other heroes.
6 heroes, yeah.
So you're gonna be able to sit down and like, okay, is it really only one hero if like we have this big old pit fight thing that I can do with all these event cards with all these different heroes?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no, I think it's a really genius idea. We still haven't gotten PvE yet. Soon TM on the PvE.
I can only in the dev talk. I wonder if there's any like PVE ones that they like slid to the back, like questions on that.
Yeah, no. Well, they had 1 million about Dromai, which is
Oh yeah,
also is also guaranteed next armory deck.
it
Ira's coming
has to
out.
be.
Okay, next one. It's got to
Yeah,
be the
it's
next
gotta
one.
be the next one. Drove my cope is at an all-time high, and it was
Yeah, the
already
freaking
high.
dust is like $6 for some reason. Like, why?
I feel like, unfortunately, with how they responded, it feels like Hope's probably at an all-time
It's
low though, because they're
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
probably
she's
not this
definitely gonna
year.
be coming back at some point. Like that's not what you hear when it's like the next deck. Like it's not a
Yeah,
look out, it might be soon. It's a oh, we'll think about it. Like oh,
yeah, no, exactly. It's still it's not this year. It's a ways away.
yeah.
But they'll make use of that dust someday,
Mm.
maybe.
We'll just have to print like 10 more.
Yeah, no, you got one for every dragon.
Yeah, but going back, so that was kind of like my idea on Smash Palace. Getting back to like a little bit on like track, because I know we like went down so many tangents. But yeah, that was my idea on Smash Palace. Is that like any other like closing thoughts on that one there?
uh, yeah, no, I'm excited for Smash Palace. I think it's gonna be cool. Um, I'm excited for more kind of stuff like that, more social play stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I really want them to do something like you go every week to your LGS and they get like a special promo and it's only this week that you get it. And like it'll be a promo for like Smash Palace or something. It'll be like a cold foil, whatever Bravo's new weapon is or whatever. Um and like you kind of go throughout it like this like 4 week tournament and you do something at the end like the Kasai CNC where it's like, oh, you won this many games with Bravo, you get a Bravo CNC or something like that. Maybe you get like a
Mm.
Spinal Crush with Bravo going, something like cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, okay. You said Bravo. Side tangent back into Smash Palace. He's back. We're back, baby. Anyways, back out of it.
This is a fake. It's a fake Bravo though. He's only a pit fighter.
He is only a pit fighter, which is like interesting. Because like I wonder in lore, like now they feel like not only do I have to explain why Reinar's in the arena, now they have to explain why Bravo's in the arena.
That is true. Why is Bravo in the arena?
Like, is this like Smash Palette event happening way after like the War of the Monarchs? Like that's what I'm like wondering at this point.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because like obviously this is like whatever present day is for Wraith, but like the Guardian Mastery Pack is apparently like way back in the day.
It's sick.
Like
I'm so excited.
I'm not a big lore nerd, so I don't really know much about like the Aesir and everything, but I've heard of it. I know that there are old ones, but yeah, apparently like this new Mastery Pack is all about the old stuff.
Mm. Which is like super interesting. So like I know a bit of the lore. Like when I went on
Okay.
vacation once, it was something where it's like, okay, I'll sit down and read a lot of the lore. Like what am I gonna do on the
Okay.
plane? So I ended up doing that. So I know a bit of the lore, and it is cool because it feels like this is go like obviously we don't know anything, but like there's lore like Oldhim and Jarl are actually like centuries old, and they ended up
Oh,
getting frozen in time. So they were there during I don't know if it was the Third Age, but they were there during the war against the old ones. So
Okay.
they were at those events when they're like chaining, like in the pictures in those Marvels where they're like chaining down the old one or smashing it with a big hammer or something.
Oh, that's
So
really cool.
they were like canonically fighting against them, and it was in that battle, like in and y'all's lore article goes over the final battle, where it's like in the battle one that they're fighting alongside of like elemental giants against these old ones, where like they get frozen in time, and that's why they're here in the modern age. But it's kind
Mm.
of cool because the like the groups of guardians that like they are from, and this kind of like I forget what they are. I think like I forget what they're called, but the group of guardians they're from is a lot of where the guardian class inspiration comes from. So it's cool to see us
Okay.
like going back and seeing that because this is where most guardians are, and where most guardians like it
Oh, so
theoretically,
Guardians are like an Arya thing?
not an Arya thing specifically. Like
Okay.
Victor is definitely a
Oh yeah, Victor's
yeah,
from
like he's
what is
just
it?
born
Savannah.
noble who
Yeah.
happens to be probably someone that's super strong and trying to
Yeah.
always impress to get his dad's money or whatever, whatever. But it's
Yeah.
something like there's a group of guardians that like tried to protect the world from like from the old ones conquering and killing all of humankind.
Okay.
So, like in a way,
Interesting.
or like not humankind, but like humanoids and all that stuff.
Yeah, humanoid kind, yeah.
Yeah, but so a little jump into the lore, but it's kind of cool to see the Guardian Mastery Pack going into this.
Yeah, no, that's I think that's super cool. It's something that they definitely can like even like they can definitely do some more of like there. Like I was talking to somebody, they were like Flesh and Blood anime win. Like I really think so like I don't think this, I know this. Like this was said by James White like a while ago. This was a few years ago. They were like, "Look, this is a completely original IP.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want this to just be a game. We want this to be TV shows, comic books, movies, action figure. Like they want this to be Pokemon. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is not something that is like far reaching for them. It's like this is the way that the game is going to go. There's going to be a card game and people are going to think that it's cool. And then there's going to be like a TV show that, you know, people can watch or comic books that people read and stuff like that. I mean, we'll see how far away we are from that.
Right.
Uh, but like that is kind of the big vision. Like 10 years, they were already talking about 10 years down the line. Like they're already talking about their 10th anniversary. We just had the 50th anniversary last like 6 months ago. Like,
Which is insane to think about.
yeah, I know, right? I was like, Heavy Hitters came out 2 years ago. Dude, that's a new set. I thought, like, that's insane.
It's always crazy whenever someone's like, "Oh yeah, Outsider back from like 2023 or something." I'm like, "Oh no!" Like,
2022, dude.
was it 2022? Oh no!
Yeah, because Heavy Hitters was the first set of 23.
No, I thought that was 24 because it was January 24 for.
It was 23 January. Miss Vale was in February of 24.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm. But yeah,
no, I was looking at it. I was like, oh god, dude, this is a new set. I thought
yeah,
2 years old.
it is crazy to see all this. But so it's like cool to see them be able to expand into all these different areas. To I just want to jump into a couple spoilers because personally, the Marvels are what I've been asking for a very long time, and that is a Heave 2 card.
Heave 2. Wait,
A
why
Heave
specifically
2.
Heave 2?
And it's a lot of Guardian cards cost 4, but you're always
Oh,
pitching 2 blues.
yeah.
So it gives more options that you can put in your deck to activate and put those 2 cards in your.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, I'm pulling it up exactly, but it's something where like you know the pummel trick, where everyone's like, oh, you see an
yeah,
extra card in hand, there's 2 floating, it's a pummel. Like you know it's a
yeah,
pummel. It like
always.
allows Guardian to be actually a little more like tricksy in the idea because all of a sudden it's like, oh, I activate tectonic plating, I'm throwing Anothos, I have 2 float. Like normally it's just I have 2
Hmm.
float, nothing matters. But now it's like
Yeah.
I have 2 float, 1 in hand. I heave 2, create 2 seismic surge, so now I have 3 for my next turn,
Mm.
and then I can throw that attack, which I think all of them cost 6. None of them are on this boy.
Yeah, they're all. I'm pretty sure they all cost 6.
Yeah, all the ones that have been revealed. At least.
Yeah.
Here. 6 for
Yeah.
10s, block 3.
Yeah.
So heave 2. So you can heave 2 with tectonic plating. And next turn it is a 1. Like, you arsenal it. And you pitch 1 blue card to throw 10 damage.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. And then, like, they also have, like, this solid ground card, the blue block 5, and it costs 1 less for each seismic surge you control. That card seems super good.
I'm so excited for that card. Oh my god. So, like, I can see the idea behind, like, most all the cards in it, because, like, the Heave 2 Majestics that, like, although they're, like, and this is where I'm, like, a little worried they're going to be good. Like, I wouldn't say they're going to be amazing, but, like I said, you can do a Crush Effect Heave 2 Guardian card. That's, the Crush not really relevant, but, like, some of the text, like, oh, if it has, like, Valda, if it has Crush, Dominate, if on Bravo, like, the new Bravo, you can pay 2 to dominate your next Crush attack. At least the young one. So, like, Crush, just saying Crush is kind of like Stealth with the hero text where you can add stuff on. So it's going to be interesting to be able to be like, okay, like, I can do something tricky. Like, you think this is a pummel in my hand. I'm about to pummel this Chokeslam. Why wouldn't I block with it last turn? And then you heave it to put in your arsenal. But it's like, it's cool to see that. There's also the, I think I saw an instant that just says creates 3 seismic surge.
Yeah. I was actually about to ask you about that one. Like, do you think that one's good? It's a yellow.
So this is the interesting thing, and it's like, I'm not quite sure. It's a yellow, but it's a blue because
it also doesn't block.
That's the biggest thing. It doesn't block, but it is a blue because I could just cast it on the end of your turn, create 3 seismic surge, and then it paid 3.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a blue, but it kind of is a blue.
It kind of is a blue. The upsides. It creates 3 seismic surge, which you get effects from creating seismic surge, especially in Valda. I get dominate on my next attack.
Yeah.
It is a yellow, which, like, is a upside and a downside. Upside, like, no decks really target it. Like, oh, someone's gonna, like, there's cards like, oh, search your hand, see the colors. Like, no one's gonna say yellow in Guardian.
Yeah.
Like, and if they do, you just cast it.
Yeah. Well, by that point, I don't think you can cast it anymore.
Oh, that's fair. That's true.
Yeah.
That is correct. But, like, there's, like, yellow's a benefit is, like, if it gets targeted, no one's actually gonna gain any benefit from banishing it or, like,
not really.
This. But the downsides are it doesn't block, and using it to create those seismic surge eats it from deck. What Guardian is usually very good about is being very efficient with their cards. I'm using 1 card from my deck to throw 10 damage. I'm using, like, 1 card from my deck, even to just, like, I'm throwing my hammer for 6, no cards from my deck. By doing this, I am pitching a card directly to graveyard.
Yeah.
Which is not efficient. It is very anti-efficient. So it's like, it's an interesting kind of thing where it's like, I think I have to play with it a little more, but I think it opens up a lot of avenues for the class to do different things than just, I'm Victor Light, I'm Victor Light, Victor Bravo, Betsy. So it's like, it is cool because I think it opens up a lot of options. And
it also, like, lets you pay for the solid ground for free, the blue block 5.
Exactly. And then solid ground, that card I'm so excited for because in Bravo for 2 years straight, I had 2 unmovables in my deck because it's a blue defense reaction that blocks or that pitches for 3.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting a blue, like, just personally. So to see that and have options to be able to play that, and, like, it still pitches to activate. It has all the 3 cost requirement, but then, like, I can discount it with seismic surge.
Yeah.
And,
like, if it costs 1, then it's like, okay, block solid ground plus flexors for 7. Like, that sounds great. And then block 2 on your next thing and 2 on your next thing too.
Yeah.
Like, this is just insane. Like,
And like the other thing is like, imagine I did my turn. I created a seismic surge off tectonic. It makes tectonic like a lot of these things just make tectonic better, especially that
Yeah,
yellow 3 seismic surge. Because all of a sudden, like imagine this: I created 1 seismic surge. I had that yellow one that creates 3 seismic surge in my arsenal. I drew that block 5 defense reaction. I have a blue and a crippling crush in Bravo, and then the other one can be whatever card you want it to be. I can block 5 with a physical attack. I can create 3 seismic surge, so it's like 1/5 block for free. I can
yep,
block 3, and then I can throw 11 with a 2 card hand. So I
yeah,
blocked 8 through 11 with crush effect, discard 2 random cards.
yeah. That's super
Or,
good.
yeah, like
That is. So you're gonna be Valda gaming? Is what you think?
I'm gonna dabble in some Valda. I do like Valda. When I did a bit of Pit Fight, or like a bit, like I played a few games of Pit Fight, I really enjoyed Valda. So
Mm,
I'm definitely gonna play. I think I'm gonna do Valda, Bravo, and Jarl for sure.
yeah. Okay. Just all the Guardians,
All the Guardians.
except for Betsy. Oh, dude, you're hating on my girl Betsy. Betsy has like honestly two of the best specializations in the game, dude.
That's
Her specs
true.
are kind of insane.
That's true.
Her specs are actually crazy.
Yeah, they are really good, but I don't know. Like it just feels like Bravo Light, and I have to go down a different avenue. And I if she gets developed more, I might like her a lot more.
Yeah,
But the
I like
problem,
Betsy. I think
yeah,
she's
yeah.
fun.
The problem is like the wager. Like the wager auras block 2, and that's my biggest problem.
Yeah, they do block too. This is an issue. But
I'm
I mean, the
like,
seismic thing blocks for nothing, so it's not like blocking.
it's true. You have a good point. but
or are you just like maybe blocking nothing is better than blocking two?
but it's like it's technically pitching it, you know? Like I'll just cast it, keep 1 card in hand.
Yep.
But anyways, I think I'd like Betsy more if her auras blocked 3. Like I think that
Yeah.
would I would be like, "Oh, let's like sit down and play Betsy." But like the block as a Guardian player, like I guess Jarl exclude Jarl because he's like completely different in how he does Guardian stuff. As a Guardian
Yeah.
player, block 2 just like really like I'm like, "Ooh, I don't like that."
Yeah. You feel like a ninja, don't you?
Yeah, it's like it feels bad to look at my hand and be like, "Oh, I have to block out this hand. They're doing like arc lightning or da 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 da.
Yeah.
3 block, 3 block, 2 block, 2 block." Like I can only block 10. Like this is awful.
Yeah. That's why I love. That's why I love my mechanologist stuff. You know. Talking about block 3, where everything either blocks for 3 or blocks for 0. That's the mech stuff, and like these new mech cards look pretty good. I just love the thrice per turn instant on this card.
What a weird
I
wording.
think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. The thrice per turn,
Mhm.
and we also do know that it's tapping now, and you also untap at the end of your turn.
I kind of
So that means you can do it on their turn and your turn.
Mhm. I just kind
And there's
of
no
well,
summoning sickness.
isn't it the end of your turn? So if you do it on their
Yeah,
turn,
yeah, yeah.
you don't have it for your turn.
Oh. So I guess there's one turn cycle where you get to do it on both theirs and yours.
Yeah, you like
That's
summon it,
interesting.
you can do it on your turn. Yeah, but they don't have go again. I mean, you have that watch that gives it go again, so your first thing has go again to like swing and
Yeah.
attack. It's like it is cool. It is really weird. I'm excited to see how it plays.
Yeah, I have no idea how this is gonna play either. All I know is that I get to play Polycranka. I'm just trying to crank my bird, dude.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah, the poly card is like so interesting to me. I'm like, how does this? So it's an action,
Hmm.
and you like flicker it. You banish it, and then under its owner's control, unequipped, tapped, and with a steam counter.
Yeah.
So like, is that how you like? It's an action, and it has 1 life. So is it easy to kill?
Is there a point to hit the bird?
Yeah, I like. Why are you hitting the bird? It has a life on it. Banish this. Return it to the arena under its owner's control, unequipped, tapped, and with a steam counter. So is it like you're able to do that from the graveyard? Like, do they kill it and then you can? How does this? I don't even understand how this works.
So my thought is like the idea is like there's some mech cards like if you've cranked this turn,
Yeah.
and like my idea is Polycranka is gonna be, oh, like I need to crank this turn. Like cranking this turn unlocks this entire hand.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't have any crank cards, and then it's like puffing going like Polly, go do whatever, and then the bird like flies off, and like mechanically it feels like whenever something gets summoned into the game, like oh you pull it from deck, it gets banished to play. So I think that's just how they like theoretically put it onto the field directly, because it's technically when it's equipped to you, it's technically already on the field.
Yeah, but
So
what
I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
is, why don't they just take turn 0 and attack the bird and kill the bird?
Oh, it has perched on it. This can't be
Perched.
the keyword. This can't be equipped as an.
Um,
Oh, this can be equipped
this can be
in
equipped.
addition to a two-handed weapon. This can't be attacked
Oh,
while it's equipped. So it's
okay.
so it's like technically on your shoulder, but you're like fighting, you're protecting the
Okay.
bird. So it's like I think it's the idea of like crank is whenever it enters the arena. It's technically
Yeah.
already in the arena, so it technically banishes and puts it back. The interesting thing
Okay.
is I think Prism can banish the bird. Like
Wait, how?
with the helm, she can activate it instant speed. Go search, put an aura in her soul. If she puts a put a herald in her soul, she can look for the figment that banishes a card in the banish zone or banishes a card in the zone, because it has a break of action banish this, and then you get the effect. So she can technically turn it face down.
Oh. No. Oh no, that's not good. Whatever. I can keep coping that Prism just doesn't exist. That's what I'm gonna continue to do. I hate
It's
that
not how
deck.
like mech does anything, but
I mean, I don't even think it's that bad of a matchup. I just hate Prism personally.
okay, that's fair. As a Guardian player, I hated old Prism, but now that the tome
Oh
is
yeah.
gone, new Prism's awesome. Like, I'll just
Oh
sit here,
yeah.
pop, 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 enjoy myself. But it is like interesting with Polycranker because like I think it is just for the crank.
Yeah. So like maybe it's like one turn that you know you're gonna strip their hand. It's like, okay, I'm gonna crank it on this turn so that next turn I get it back. And then like they if they can't attack me at all next turn, then I get 2 turns with Polycranka. And I feel like that's gonna be the way to like really do the most powerful thing is like getting 2 turns with the bird.
And it might also be the idea of there might be cards like, oh, your ally deals 1 damage. So it could be like a 0 for 4. That's actually a zero
Yeah,
for
heck.
5 while she's on like while Polycranka's on the field.
Yeah. Well, Polycrank is not equipped or something.
Yeah, something weird like that.
Interesting. Yeah, this is a very interesting set, and I'm really excited to see what happens with it.
Have you seen the border on Polycranka?
Yeah, I have. I'm looking at it right now. It looks. Is that what the mech pirate border? What is this? What border is this?
It's a bird
Oh,
border.
Oh, it's a bird border.
It is.
That's a weird border for a bird. Is it an L?
It is like
Oh,
it's a
it's a
green border
legendary.
with a little bird in the very top.
Oh, okay. I see the bird now. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking at it right now.
it's kind of funny,
Interesting.
but it's the
It's a
first.
legendary too. I didn't realize that.
It is our first companion card, which again, like talking about earlier, like they're expanding this game on a different axis.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, there we go. Sorry, but yeah,
Oh,
it is cool how it's like, okay, here's another like weird thing that interacts with this game that you normally don't get.
yeah, no, for real. I'm excited to be the cranking dude. I'm gonna be cranking my cogs all day. I got my bird on my shoulder. Like we're really chilling. This set in general is just like the necromancer. I've
Mhm.
been like begging for necromancer for so long too.
It is. I think a lot of people have. I just think it's so cool because like they have card design that is for the flavor of playing the game. Like
Mhm.
Polycranka is like you're a pirate with your parrot. Like that's just a pirate thing, and you can send it into battle for a turn. It's like, go Polly, do this thing, and like
Crank.
swings in, like knocks off their hat, distracts them, which deals like deals with damage or something.
And I shoot him with my pistol.
Yeah, like if your
I hope
pistol's
one of her pistols. I hope one of her weapons is a shotgun. I hope she's got like a blunderbuss and she's got like a little pistol. I don't know. This is the mech weapons are always so cool to me.
Mhm.
I love where they go with the mech weapons.
They're so cool because they're so mechanically unique.
Yeah,
Like it's not a I pay and do this. Oh, I do that. Like da 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 da. It's like I've been storing steam in this pistol for the last 6 turns. I'm gonna
yeah,
unleash it all now. Bang bang bang.
yep.
It's so cool. Or like even like the old or like
Decloplasm pistol.
yeah blah, 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 whatever that pistol is. It's like okay, like I pay a resource and I can store it for later. Like I'm
Yeah,
acting on this, like I loaded my gun, like I'm waiting to a different turn to shoot.
and then I got my items that like reload it or like
Mhm.
let it go again. Like, and then like I don't know. It's just super cool.
Is
And
super
then
cool.
and then you got the symbiosis shot. Honestly, like one of the coolest cards. It's just like
Yeah. Yeah, it's like so mechanically unique. So I'm like really excited to see the mech weapons.
yeah.
Speaking of which, did you see the new attack? I wanted to ask you, and you brought it up, the one that says thrice per turn, but Planeteer Aeronaut.
Palantir.
A plot. Pallet?
Yeah, Palantir.
Palantir, not Planeteer. Palantir Aeronaut. I can't read. So
Yeah,
this is,
yeah.
but yeah, when the defending hero must defend this with an equipment. The def.
It pretty much has T-bone text.
Mhm.
So the defending hero you must defend with an equipment if you're able to, and then you can tap a cog thrice per turn. Instant tap a cog you control. It gets +1 if it's the third time you've activated it. Destroy a defending card. So this is like something that they've been doing with mech really for a while. I mean, we had in crew we had Meganetic Shockwave where they had to block with X equipment, and it was like kind of like a magnet, and it like brings in all of your equipment, and like I think that this is a really interesting path to go down for mech now that we finally get to destroy like because honestly the games that I lose against Aurora are games in which they're able to keep a blue and just keep paying to grasp every single turn. And if like we're able to like actually get rid of the grasp, you play Jarl, you know what it
Mhm.
is. Like blowing up somebody's tunic on turn like 3 or something, insane. Like if you don't have 0 blocks against mech, like you're not if you just have like your tunic and a bunch of pearls, or like you have, this plus T-Bone is just insane, which makes me. People are speculating that this mech isn't going to be playing only mech cards, but like the mech cards are just so good. Like T-Bone is just so good. Pulse Wave Harpoon is just so good. Zipper hit 0 to 60. Like it's just 4 for 0. Go again. So maybe you're not playing as much of these, but like we'll see because this does look pretty decent. Like this is a 2 for 9 destroy equipment.
So I didn't realize that it destroyed a piece of equipment until you started explaining.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, you have to defend with a card. Da 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 da. Oh, destroy a card. And I know that on the there's a Teklo card that comes in when you have all the Evos. That's like,
Yeah.
it's like a similar thing where it's like 3 for 9 overpower, destroy a card defending this, like
Yeah.
something like
Two for
that.
9.
Yeah. So
Like
I didn't realize that also destroys equipment, which is crazy.
yeah, I mean, so I it's got to be pretty hard to get 3 cogs. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way that this is a simple matter to do. Like, you're not turn twoing, like unless you draw the nuts, like turn twoing
Mhm.
taking one of their equipment pieces. But like, this just does a lot against potentially guardians who are playing this like the seismic surge chest. I forgot you mentioned it
Tectonic plating.
earlier. I forgot. Yeah, tectonic plating. Like it does a lot against that. It does a lot against the rune blade gloves. It does a lot against like all of these old sip cards that are like way too strong for the game right now. They're kind of figuring out ways to like get around how powerful these original like these original equipment were. Like, if I get to blow up your scab skins, I'm gonna be so happy.
Yeah, it is. It is cool to see like these different options, and it's like I my favorite card in the game is Mangle, and it is because
Mm.
of the equipment destruction. And like even when it was like my first Majestic I pulled too, and when I pulled it, it was like this is sick. Like I can destroy equipment, and equipment like stays around, and it's so powerful. So like to
Hmm.
give more options to more classes is really cool.
Yeah, even if it's not destroyed equipment, say it's like super late in the game, because that kind of seems like what this is. This seems like a pitch stack kind of card. Like, this is
Hmm.
the last thing that you're going to play to win the game. And it's like, okay, it's a 2 for 9, so I keep 2 cards like in my hand, or like this in Arsenal, and I block with 3 cards, all the blue. And then you have to, like, if you're at 1, you have to block 12, because if I just destroy one of the 3 blocks that you block
Hmm.
with, if you block 9, I've destroyed 3 block, then you just die. So
Yeah.
it just kind of like it's an inevitability. Like, this is a really good in game card. Um, it really depends on how easy it is to get the cogs. Like, I can't tell you if this is good or not without knowing like how many times am I gonna have 3 cogs in a game to be able to do this that are untapped too, because like a lot of her other stuff requires you to tap cogs.
Yeah. So it is cool to see this option. But yeah, I can sorry, like gathering my train of
You're
thought.
thinking.
Oh. Yeah, no, it is like interesting to be able to like play into that game plan of like tapping 3 cogs late game. And like the threat of like 1 life like you're talking about and having to block out. Did we get any other mech cards? Or was it just the pirate?
They are not giving us mech cards. They are really holding back, which is like kind of making me feel good. I feel like the mech cards are super good since they're not giving us any.
It's so
But like,
interesting.
so far we haven't seen anything with boost. So I don't think that she's gonna be boosting a lot. Um, we'll see where they go with this. I'm not really entirely sure, because like the only other one we got was like it was a 4 for 0, tap a cog to give it go again,
Hmm.
which is like, I like how they're getting away from boost. Like, we don't need every mechanologist to be boosting all the time. Like, it's not like every, I feel like every other class like has very specific things that it's doing like for every hero,
Yeah.
but mech is like, I'm boosting and hopping in a suit, I'm boosting and playing items, I'm boosting and hopping in a different suit, and it's like cool. So I don't really understand that, but I'm glad that they're like starting to get away from only boost things.
Right. Expanding the class a little bit further outside of
Yeah,
just that class.
yeah,
I do think like we're finally getting to the point, and this is like really exciting, where they are expanding classes to be more than just like one thing.
yeah,
It's like I know that I think until Mastery Garden Pack comes out, like Guardian kind of struggles from the oh you're Victor Light, you're Victor like you're Victor
Jarl does
Light.
something totally different
Yeah,
though,
but like the
and
thing is
Florian
he's
too.
when you add the talents, it does a lot.
Yeah,
But like I think a lot of these classes that are like talentless, like struggle from that sometimes where it's like,
yeah.
okay, you're just the same hero with like a tiny bit little like a tiny different flavor. So it is cool to see
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's weird that we have never seen a talented mech before. I don't. Maybe they're just like something about them. They can't have talents. Um, but like we've yet to see a talented mech. So I'm interested to see. I want a shadow mech. Give me shadow mech.
I
Let me
mean,
play 0 to 60s for banish.
technically we have a shadow mech in Mechlodawson, but
Kind of.
like by name he's shadow, but no, like that'd be cool to get some talented stuff, but I don't know if like I know they want to. I know at some point they're gonna add it, but it feels like it's gonna be so different because I know like canonly I think Mechanologist is like a like it doesn't interact with like magic systems as well. Like they do
Okay.
technology, and that's why they're like so avoidant of the talents because they.
Well,
I
they
don't know as
kind
much
of
about mech lore, but
they kind of use the technology to do like magical stuff though, like
mhm.
disillusion sphere, and they have AB on like a lot of like the boots have AB on them, just like
Yeah.
randomly. Like they have AB on a lot of stuff. They do a lot of things that are semi magic. It's magic adjacent.
Right.
It's just because it's so scientific. Like Data Doll is kind of magical, and like people always joke like Dio's actually a wizard. She's not really a mech.
True. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. But I would love to see like a like. This is kind of weird because like pirate is like a talent at the moment until they expand pirate.
Yeah, we'll see what pirate looks like too.
Yeah, but it's interesting to think so far like to like, oh, what does a pirate look like?
Just straight up pirate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just straight pirate. But it is cool to think about like what can be done like when introducing talents to classes.
Mm.
Going
Shadow
on,
mech.
we have Gravy Bones and a lot of more Necromancer spoilers. I
Did
would
we
say a
get-
lot, but a couple
Yeah.
more Necromancer spoilers. I only saw one. I didn't actually see I didn't get to read much of the block card. But you have another 4/7, which is my kind of thing, real
Oh, that's a
expensive.
pirate card. That's straight up pirate.
Oh, that's a pirate. Oh,
That's a
never
pirate card.
mind.
Yeah, no, this card is really good.
Oh, we didn't get any Necromancer stuff. I thought that was
Oh,
a
we did.
Necromancer.
We got one Necromancer card. We got a Sawbones, Doctor Sawbones,
Oh,
the Dock Hand.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's the only one we got, and this is exclusive to the Armory deck.
It is cool to
And he
see
had-
another ally.
Yeah, yeah. So all the allies so far have been yellow, so that's
Mhm.
interesting. And it's like all of his things are like, look at the top two cards, put a blue in your hand, or put a yellow in the graveyard or something. I think he's gonna be pretty good, honestly. I don't think they're gonna make the Arachne mistake. Like I think a lot of people are like, oh, Arachne sucked because he didn't have a card pool. I think they're just gonna make the Necromancer card pool straight up good, and he has allies. Like it's a blue hero that has allies.
Mm-hmm.
What's the only other blue focus hero with allies?
My worst nightmare.
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it is gonna be super cool. I didn't realize that was a pirate card.
Yeah, the Conqueror of the High Seas is just a pirate card.
I just saw the art on it and I just assumed it was a Necromancer pirate.
Very Necromancer coded, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we got two pirate cards because you have the blocked card. One that's defended may turn a card in your graveyard face down. If it's yellow, create a gold token. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think that this card is really good. Like, if you pitch it, so it's a 4, and if you pitch 2 blues, then it gets it's an 8 for 4 with go again. Like, you get 2 floating.
Oh, sorry, I went to a different card. But yeah, going back to the ship.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were talking about Conqueror.
No, you're good.
Yeah, it's an 8 for 4 with go again, and it's pummelable. And, like, if you don't have the pummel, you can go, like, 8 for 4, make a gold, and then CNC, or a weakest link, like, because you have the 2 floating.
Can you imagine this into CNC? When
That's
this
what
hits
I'm
a hero,
saying.
destroy their arsenal. They're like, oh, block out. Okay, I'm safe. CNC.
Yep. Exactly.
That's cool. That's wild. Yeah. But that is my kind of card. You know, you got to pitch the blues into it. 2 blues, I could do that, as a Guardian player at heart.
The greatest trade deal ever. 2 blues for 8 for 4 go again with a CNC effect. And
Guardian-
then CNC.
Guardian wishes they could have anything like that.
Well, Pirate Guardian.
Pirate Guardian.
Incoming.
Yes.
No, I don't think that one's coming. Guardians are not very piratey.
They are not very piratey.
No. Especially with the lore you were talking about earlier, they don't sound very piratey. They sound more paladin-y.
Yeah, yeah. Then you have Sunken Treasure, which is a pirate card, which is the black card I, jumped to. I don't know where my brain was going.
Oh, yeah.
Just block 3, turn one of your yellow cards into a gold. Seems pretty, I don't know how I feel about the block cards, but that still seems pretty good, because it's a block, 3 block, blue, sorry. So you can
it's a blue
it,
3 block.
which is good. And
That's interesting.
And it creates a gold for you, which seems very relevant in these heroes.
Dude, wait, this actually seems kind of good. I like read this card and I was like, oh yeah, whatever, it's limited, it's draft chaff. Like
Mm-hmm.
it looks like draft chaff,
It does.
but like it might be pretty good. I mean, so like I don't really like block cards in general.
Mm-hmm.
I just have never really been impressed. Like if they could block from Arsenal, then I think they'd be great. But I don't like having them in my hand. But this one in your hand isn't that bad because it's a blue. So maybe it's good.
Yeah.
I just like the sunken treasure thing is kind of like a callback to Sink Below, so I kind of like that. That's cool.
I didn't even think about that. Hmm.
And like the guy is kind of like diving, kind of like the Sink Below girl.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, maybe this is good. It's a majestic. Is this card good?
It
Did they
might
make
be
this
good.
majestic because it's that good?
I think it depends on how much they interact with gold, but I could definitely see it, especially with their hero abilities like destroy a gold.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
like that's how you get golden cogs.
it's interesting because I don't know how Davy Bones is gonna like it because his allies are the yellows, and you don't want to just I'll throw him out, bury him at the
Yeah,
bottom of the ocean, but
maybe it's worth a gold though,
it might be.
because I mean golds are pretty good.
Hmm.
Two resources, draw a card. And then they have like the looking for scrap promo. So I wonder if that means looking for scrap is going to be good.
I mean, I think looking for scrap was already pretty all right, but
Yeah, it's decent. But I wonder if it's going to get good.
right.
Because like they had the Ravenous Rabble promo, but that was like after Ravenous Rabble like already became good. Like it kind of broke out in that original like Briar
Mm,
deck, the Redline Briar. And then like it was really good. And then they made that promo for it. So like
right.
looking for scrap is not Ravenous Rabble level good.
It might also just be that it's like a generic that goes in decks that they can make a cool promo of. Like they did the unmovables recently
Yeah.
too, which
Yeah, true.
I have not seen unmovable go in any deck, unfortunately.
Unmovable. Hey, Slapdash is coming back, I promise.
And then finally we have some Ranger cards,
Yes.
which how many of those did we get?
I think we just got one.
think
And we
so.
already kind of had this one, right?
I think we had a similar one, but not this one. King Kraken Harpoon, which is a 2 for 6 block 3, which is Go Fish. When this hits a hero, they choose and reveal a card from their hand. If it's a non-attack action card, they discard it, and you create a gold token. If you've activated a cannon this turn, instead, look at their hand and you choose the card.
Yeah. This is the one that we saw earlier. I think this card's insane.
It is.
I love this card.
I love it a lot too.
Yeah.
It also works with the cannon, the weapon we've got, the Hammerhead Harpoon Cannon.
Yeah, exactly. +4 on this. This is a 2 for 10.
Well, it's a
Thought
6
sees
for
you.
10.
No, because it gets +4. The
Yeah,
cannon.
yeah, but the cannon costs 4.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but 2 blues?
What am I saying?
2
It's
blues?
the Guardian of Rangers.
Yeah.
Out of all the Rangers, I actually do think Riptide looks pretty sick. But like looking into this, like
I don't know. She looks pretty good.
she looks
She
cool.
looks good with just the cards we know right now. Like that's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Then you're
So
adding all
I'm
these
excited.
on-hit discard kind of things.
Not only on hit discard, on hit Thoughtseize, so you get to look and take. Like
Yeah.
not only do you get to take the card, you get to see the information for what they're doing with their hand next, which is arguably just as important, especially in this game. It's like, okay, cool. You have 3D reacts? Nice. I'm gonna take your only attack.
Imagine being. I just imagine a wizard and they're like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna throw 10 at you, and if I hit, I get a gold and you lose a card in your hand. Like
Yeah,
the wizard just has to
exactly.
full block or pop off, you know?
Yeah, or if you're playing against like Fang or like Syndra or one of these cards, one of these decks that like need a starter or like need something to start their turn with, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna take that thing, and then you're
Mhm.
done. Because like I love doing that with Phantasmaclasm. Like I play that card all the time, and it's like, oh, you have Ignite, and then like a bunch of cards that don't do anything if you don't have a red to play first. I'm gonna take the Ignite, and then hope you don't draw another starter. But
Right.
this one's just like take it.
It's mine. Yoink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it just straight up yoinks it. I think this that the Ranger's probably going to be the best character out of this,
I could definitely see that.
the best new hero. I think that she's going to be really good until Death Dealer goes away, but we'll see what her weapon looks like. Maybe she doesn't even play Death Dealer. Like you wouldn't play Death Dealer with this card because it looks like the cannon is the weapon.
It's interesting because it looks, but like she also benefits off Death Dealer because her hero
So far,
ability
yeah.
is when you draw a card. Oh, what is it? Whenever you draw a card
An
during
arrow
your
face up.
action phase, you may put an arrow from your hand face up in your arsenal. So if you're running New Horizon, sorry, if you're running New Horizon, you can load an arrow, draw a card, load an arrow.
That's
Like
insane.
that's
That's like,
crazy.
that's crazy good. Yeah, no, for sure. Like New Horizon is expensive right now because of reasons.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's like it's gonna be interesting to see how she interacts. But it looks like again you have like the multiple build. You could go like the more I'm gonna shoot one arrow for 10 while pitching these
mhm.
like blue cards at you. Like, oh, 10 on hit, I take a card from your hand. Or you're gonna be like kind of like a Lexi kind of thing where you're like load an arrow, load an arrow. This one has go again. Shoot that into this one. Like
Mhm.
Heat Seeker. Oh, look at
No,
that.
yeah, I don't think you're thinking of it like a ranger. It's not 10 on hit. Look at your hand. Discard a card. It's 16 on hit.
Hmm.
Blood rot on hit. Seek and destroy on hit. Ponder.
Well, it's interesting
Dominate.
because like you need enough blues to be able to activate the cannon. So I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
more of like a defensive, slower ranger. That's like you
Mm.
have these two aspects where it's like, oh, here's like an arrow for 7 into an arrow for 10, like the first version, or you could have the second version, which is like, okay, I block like 7 here, and then I'm going to throw like 10 back at you with the on hit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, three of a kind just looks nuts in this in her like in general
Yeah.
because it's like that, and then that gives you the ability to just go way over the top like that, like do 20 damage with one arrow.
Hmm. Yeah, it is super cool. We also got, I guess, one last thing to talk about. We did get a Pirate Arms, which steals a gold or creates a gold on hit, which is pretty cool.
Stealable.
Yeah, so it is action tap. Your next pirate attack this turn gets when this hits, steal a gold they control, otherwise create a gold. At the beginning of your end phase, if you haven't created or stolen a gold this turn, destroy this. And it has Battle Worn 1.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
It's when your next pirate attack action. So this has to be like, yeah. I mean, it kind of sucks if like they block it out and like you never really get to use it. But at the same time, like if this one card made them block like 4 cards from their hand or 3 cards from their hand, then like okay,
I it
like this
make
card was on my board.
it makes me really excited for like pirate mirrors.
Yeah,
Because it's like, oh, like, I need the momentum this turn. Well, I can steal their momentum, steal their gold. Like, I'm
yeah.
activating this. Da 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 da. Are you gonna let me take your gold from you? Like,
Pirate mirrors, also Dromai. All the pirates making
Victor.
gold, and then well, Kyloria can't draw cards anymore. It's like okay, you can get a gold. What are you gonna do? Pitch 2 reds for your gold?
Yeah. Or it's like Victor too, where it's like
Also Victor.
he wants to go visit his daddy, but he has no money left over because you yoinked it. Like,
Yeah, because you're a pirate and you yoinked it, dude. That's so sick, actually.
Dad, they stole all my money. And then you don't get the benefit. You're like, oh, yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, no, this set looks great.
It
You know,
looks so exciting.
game's great, set's great. Doesn't even have to come out yet, and
Mhm.
I've already sent my dude a message. I'm like, look, just hold back a playset of the Necromancer and the mech stuff. Like, I'm just gonna need it.
Yeah. Oh. I think for now that's gonna be where we're ending it. Do you want to start? Do you
All
want? Unless you have anything else.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
No, this is great long one. It
Yeah.
was a lot of fun, honestly. Yeah.
But, do you want to plug yourself?
Yeah. What's up? My name's Luke. I'm on YouTube, Anarchy Please, and Blue Sky, Anarchy Please, and not really anywhere else. But yeah, that's me. Thanks for having me on. It's a real honor to be the first guest on Breaking the Chain.
Oh yeah, no, it was a
And
ton of
sorry
fun.
to go on so many tangents. If if you want to have a nice like measured one lane podcast, don't invite me. But if you want to just go all over the place, like
Just tangent here and there, but yeah, no, thank you for joining. It was a ton of fun. We'll have to have you again.
yeah, definitely.
Cool. Oh, this was Breaking the Chain. I'm Jacob,
I'm Luke.
and we'll see you next time.